How you doing? Anyway. I'm at my stop. What am I doing at my stop? Waiting to be completely unloaded. That and doing some paperwork. Now, some really simple stuff. Now, let's see if my dispatch actually gives me something to do after this. If not, like I said earlier, on the short, I'll go home. Or, excuse me, I'll go where I temporarily stay at. And then I'll figure out what needs to be done and what don't. So that I can get some other stuff done. I don't even want to get into that. Well, not yet. Not yet. Things don't, they're not adding up. Like I said before, it's just a matter of time until everything blows out. It's not cool. It really isn't. Yeah, they're unloading me. Well, I mean, hopefully I, get some stuff done. But it's gonna be a lot. Especially for the next few weeks. It's not the best. And then I'm about to do something I'm not gonna say that I'm not proud of, but I'm not happy to do. Let me correct. Yeah, okay. I am proud of for the actions, or excuse me, the mental actions. It's just the way it's gonna be pulled off. It's like having a deep gash, and then when it needs air, and ripping the Band-Aid off. Ripping it. Just to give it some air and to let the elements mix with it so it can heal better. There's controversy on that one. Let it heal. Let it stay bandaged. I don't know. With me, it's a little different. It is. And right now, I'm kneeling. On a semi-dirty floor. I like having these mats on the floor. So that, if something was to spill or something of that nature, grease. That's what happens when you do your pre-trips. If you don't know what that is, look it up. If not, one of these days I'll do a pre-trip with you guys. Whatever. But anyway, back to what I was saying. The whole thing is a mess. Bottom line. And I need to take a hold of it, or get ahead of it. Get ahead of it before it becomes something worse. I took 2 tests. One of them already, well, let me stop. Both tests I passed. My tanker. And really, I really didn't even study that much. Except for the little reviewing that I've been doing for 2+ years. Little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. Smashed it. Right out the park. And then the other one was my hazmat. Now, if nobody knows, you know what the difference is the tanker test allows you to drive the ones that look like gasoline tanks. Those. Sometimes they have water in them. Sometimes they have plastic, milk. The ones that look like they're funnels, those have like dry bulk, like sand or weed, things like that. And then the other test is hazmat. It's the dangerous stuff. You're driving down the street. If you don't really know, you're driving down the street or the highway, and you notice these trucks, and they have these little diamonds on them. Well, not really diamonds. They're like squares twisted. That's really what it is. It's square twisted, and they call them diamonds. I don't know. Apparently geometry wasn't, in their future. It's a square just turned. Anyway. And normally they have like a number associated with some type of weird symbol, which actually says how dangerous it is. So, do be aware that as you're driving down the road, you have somewhat really dangerous stuff, and they're still unloaded. Anyway. Now the other thing is, when people drive recklessly next to these things, apparently I hope they wrote out a will. Especially in this state. They are reckless. And I'm talking about the regular drivers, the four-wheelers. They don't realize how much danger they put to themselves and the individuals around them, driving so recklessly around individuals who are driving these hazmat things. Dynamite, alcohol, chlorine, biohazards, zombies. No, seriously though, especially that chlorine, man. I've seen little tiny bit of it mess a whole highway up. Because once that thing hits the air, you're choking. I understand I went off on a tangent. But anyway, I took the test. Long story short, I took the test. Now, the issue is, I haven't got that thing on my license saying that I passed. Not because I haven't, but there's a procedure that you have to go through. And right now, I'm waiting for the state in question to grant me or deny my application. Because you gotta fingerprints, application, even though you passed the test. I would think it'd be do the application first, see if you get granted, then if you get granted, then you take the test. But no, they all want it in one shot. Who comes up with this stuff? I have no idea. And it ain't cheap. And the thing I don't like is every other test that you do, like when you see people driving doubles, buses, regular trucks, the tanks, you can go to a different state and not have a problem with it. The issue is with hazmat, though. It's good for a certain amount of years in that one state. And then you got to do the test all over again. Which you got to pay and do the whole application thing all over again. The nature of the beast. However, if you go to another state, they will not honor it at all. So if I'm in this state right now and I decide to pass the test, get the special license in my hands, that same day, hypothetically speaking, because you can't, you gotta wait like a month or so, a month or two. And then you go, but let's say you get it the same day. You go to the DMV and get it the same day. Now, let's say you decide to move to a different state. For whatever reason, it could be the next state over. You got to do that whole procedure all over again with them. Yeah, that ain't fun. It's not. So, now you're just left with trying to figure out what's next. Now, you're probably asking, why did you tell me that whole long story? You could have got straight to the point. Things come in layers. And I said that for a reason. I have to fix so much before I leave. It's too much. To some people, they may say that's not. But if you knew what steps were taken, what actions were done, things get more clear. I have a lot to do. Now, what I'm supposed to do beyond that point, I don't know. I'm just gonna let it sit and wheedle its way out. But like I said before, the actions are within good faith, or where the thought of the actions are within good faith, the actions that would need to be taken are not going to be okay. It's not. And this is something that I was supposed to fill out earlier, but I didn't. Because I was too damn lazy to fill it out earlier. But then again, one would argue, why would you fill that out now when you could fill it out at the end? I just want to do my post-trip and go home. Or do my post-trip and then go about my business. So that way I don't have to do it. It's annoying. Not this. Just the thought of the actions which needs to be taking place. That's going to be a different story on its own. Yep. Yes, like I said before, I was kneeling over. It's my smell goods. Why I need to do all this is it necessary? Yes and no. The reason why it is because I'm not going to try to stay stagnant. I would like to live comfortably. I want to be able to do things without having to worry. I want to be able to do things without not having to worry. And as minute to some, because of my past, minor, trust me. Where I am, I have to work harder to get what I need. Am I a bad person? Maybe. To some, maybe. But those are only because those individuals are privileged. That's all. For the actions that I took, was it preventable? Debatable. It really is. Debatable. Do I regret it? No. No. Am I ashamed for it? No. Would I do it again? Am I glad it happened, or am I sad? Both. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be here. Wet. Even with the air conditioner on, I still sweat. Anyway, I'll just keep you guys informed of my actions. Hopefully something actually happens for the better. After all this is said and done and over with. Otherwise, I don't know. And I do like this black and white thing going on here. No, I'm not going to change it in any way, shape, or form. I like it. Gives me character. Anyway, I'm going to finish the rest of this paperwork. And I'm going to drink the rest of my cold coffee while I sit here and wait for them to be finished. Which is probably already around this time. 20 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, see you later.